All right, it looks like I am finally live. Hello, everybody. I'm just going to say hi and I'm going to get a sound check real fast from anybody who is watching. Oh, say something, it says. All right, hopefully that's enough. And I'm just going to kind of get right down to it. So I've got a custom Boosta-blasta here that I'm going to be working on, and with that said, this is all I have to do. I've put some putty on the bottom here in the parts of the in the gaps that I could see because I couldn't get this off of there. This is one of the vehicles that I did pay a commission painter to get. All right. Oh, what's up? I was just talking to you. Yes, I do answer my YouTube comments. So if you leave a comment, I always do my best to get back to you. I recognize the Punisher logo guy. So what's up? And Binky Moon, what's up? Mark B, what's up? We can hear well. All right. So the first thing I'm going to do, because that's going to require a little bit of investment, is I am just going to get out some Vallejo. I'll use Vallejo color brown. I need to work my way through some of this right now, and we're going to be doing a lot of things. We're just going to be hanging out. I've got another battery charging. I've got the big battery in this time. Not to mention, it's fully charged. So let's go into the brown pod here. We are going to need a lot of this crap. All right, a lot of this crap. At least the base has already been done. Let's see. I don't think that's going to be enough. Oh, one thing I need. It's not down by my feet. I moved it away because I was cleaning. We got to thin this out and make a... I'm running out of Windex. Or the gun's broken. There it goes. All right, we're gonna take this. I spent like $20 on this Royal and Lanicle brush. What a piece of shit with round mini majestic. What a piece of shit. So I'm just gonna treat it like a piece of shit because that's what it is. We're gonna mix up some brown soup here. Oh yeah, that ought to work. We're actually gonna need a little bit more water because it's got to be spreadable and edible. So I'm just going to hurry up and paint this on. And so the shows that I'm going to be doing. What's up, Mr. Dynamite? What's up? The new format of the Holy Diver show is going to be just one topic. The next one's going to be about Henry Cavill, Amazon, and that mess. I have nothing against Henry Cavill. That guy's a bro. If you're being called an incel, something tells me that you're a bro. And then, yeah, anything that Amazon touches, they will destroy it. Look what they did to Rings of Power. I didn't even have to look what they did at Rings of Power, you know? I just know that they put a bunch of garbage in it, and the Critical Drinker went crazy over that. But, yeah, let's just do this. There we go. Nice and soupy. Just got to get this on. So, nothing special. I do want to use this tomorrow, so that's why I'm doing it today. I have one that I can show off later if I want to get it out of the case, but... that's about it. But this is what these will be generic workload videos, you know. So if you want to get out your paints and go along with what I'm doing here, you know, you work on a huge degree of projects. This will take a minute to dry. I think I need a little bit more paint. But you see how quickly that's just spreading out into the base there. You know, I need to get it browned, and then once it's browned, I can highlight it, move about my day. There we go. There we go. Yeah, we're gonna use this up. We're gonna use this up good. It's probably the most non-exciting thing I've ever done for a while. But, you know, this was 115, came to me from some guy in Vegas. I bought one off eBay and I said, do you have two? I'll pay full price if you have two. And one thing I really hate doing is building vehicles. I hate building vehicles, and I was just, at the end of this Ork project, I was just kind of over it. And I just said, hey, fuck it. Let's just buy 2 painted vehicles real quick. Because I fucked up so hard on my, what do you call it? On my, I posted up on my what are they called? These are the Kustom Boosta-blastas, the Megatrack Scrap Jets. The first one I kind of messed up on. I had to break it and then put I had to break the bottom axle, put the front tires back on, and then I had to reset the tires and make it just so they would at least partially touch the front of the bottom of the front part of the bottom of the base, so that I can glue it on and not have it look like it was getting massive amounts of air for some strange reason. So that's why I just decided to do these last 2 as commission. Guy was pretty nice. I'm following him on Instagram now. VB Paints. I'll give him the shout out there. I think that's what his handle is. I might have to put that link in the description. Amazon messed up Wheel of Time, but no one remembers. Yeah, and they will continue to mess up a lot of things. They got to turn it. Okay, so there was a video I did called SJW's Invade Games Workshop, and with that invasion, basically what happened is that they're going to eliminate the Grim Dark. You can't make 40K anything for a generic audience. 40K is a what do you call it? It is for a niche audience. All of the games are for niche audiences. And trying to say that these games for everybody, and regardless of race, sexual affiliation, creed, and trying to get normies to play this game, that will be the undoing of Games Workshop. I mean, who knows? Maybe Amazon will just buy it, and then everybody who's not a frickin' dipshit normie or nematode like in SpongeBob. I like the nematodes. That represents normies the best, is nematodes. They will probably pick editions, and they'll just play those, because it will not, whatever they do in the future, it will not be good. I'm not doubting Henry Cavill. I'm doubting Amazon. I've never watched any of Amazon's offerings because I've seen them in the preview. It's just terrible garbage. All right, the Jane Way. The real expensive brushes pale in comparison to my old crusty brushes for some reason. Sometimes you can break a brush in. I have a couple of brushes that I've broken in over the years. My favorite brushes I can't get right now. This is the last one that I've got, and it is a Reaper size 2 Sable. These are my preferred brushes, and I got to start looking at the camera when I talk to it. Otherwise, I look like I'm Ray Charles, motherfucker. These are my favorite brushes. I use these a lot. I just broke out my last one because my size 3... let's see. What is this? What is this guy? Oh, he's right here. He's over here. My Klonsky Sable rounds from Germany, or Zem, trademark. Zem size 3. It's just, I've already broken it. Too many projects. I've already broken it at will. And I use that to paint a lot of my, what do you call it? Conquest. Last Argument of Kings, guys. So let's hurry up and get this done. Oof, that's sticky. I'm getting arthritis just touching this. I might have to take this off the camera for a second to get in there good. Doesn't matter. I mean, you're going to be looking at the vehicle from this end, so it really doesn't matter, just as long as you have a little bit of texture paint when you get in close. Looks like I did get enough paint in there for once. Usually I end up using too much or not enough. I have to move that camera directly behind me. There we go. Come on. Let's see. Got to really focus on this. See, I've already fucked up. That means I'm going to have to fix the tires. But this is going to be the new base brush. This is going to be the new base brush. Maybe that will break it in finally. I never broke the Slanickle in. There we go. We looking nice and neat. Let me get this under here. All right. All right. First order of business is done. Problem I have is that when I knew this was coming, I had already made this. And with this already made, I thought I didn't know he was going to glue it to the base. And whatever he used, he must have used plastic glue because I can't get it off. I can't get it off, so I had to make do with what I got. But that's okay. I have an extra base for the other one. And I think that might come off in time. So I'm going to have one that doesn't look like the rest of my army. And I've got to order 2 more of these. That's the problem. And these are expensive. They want $7 for these freaking things. But that's okay. This one's ready to go. This one's ready to go. We're going to set this aside. Where's a good spot for that? All the way over there. We've still got a lot of brown out. So up here, these are my Conquest 100 Kingdoms Men-at-Arms. I'm using blue fabric underneath their armor and everything. And the red shield facing on these guys. These ones... These newer ones are going to be the opposite color. They're going to be a slightly bigger unit, a little bit more elite, and they're going to have a blue shield facing. I haven't figured out what kind of decals I want to do on these guys just yet, but I've only gotten 2 of them done. Here's the other one right here. It's just the same guy, same pose, except for this guy has a mustache. And now that I've got some of this paint out, I am going to not waste it, so I will take a base out. I will take these guys' bases out, and you never want to waste paint. And the cool thing about using ink wash, like I did on the bottom of the base right here, is basically when you're using ink wash, it'll just stick. Look at that. I barely have to touch it. I barely have to touch it. So I could just hurry up and get this base done. But we're going to use up the rest of the brown, and then we're going to switch to doing something else. I want to finish 2 of those Macedonians that you see down there in stream, and it's the champions of the unit, because that'll finish off all of my current phalangites. And I'm sick of looking at these 6 guys, like big time sick of looking at them. So they might get the brunt of the attention. But who knows? Hopefully I can get past 2 of them. What's up, Wayward? What's up, well hung dung? Hey dudes, not too late for the party, am I? You are never too late. What's up, Doppelganger? And Wombat. Those bases are 70. Those are 70 by 1 of... I don't know. I don't have my phone next to me. Oh, I do. I do. I'm looking at one on eBay. Give me 1 second. Boom. I know I have them on the watch list. Those are 150 millimeter by 95, and it's $7.59. That's what they want for these things. Yeah, but you are getting free shipping, so I'm just gonna order my 2 there. But that's about it. I'd rather buy my Caroline Monroe poster and start. I want to gussy up the laboratories in the battle report room with some sexy photos of these old pinup girls like Elvira. This is the Elvira room. Unofficially, this is the Elvira room. I have a few more posters of Elvira that I gotta put up, but this is my unofficial Elvira room. Let's see here. So that's done. Next guy. Got to stay on task. I think it's just enough to finish these 4. I know there are probably some people out there shocked that I'm grabbing the miniatures with my big banana peeling fingers. I'm touching the miniature. You're not supposed to do that. Oh, you can touch them. It's not. It's when the primer is kind of sticky that you don't want to touch them, and you want to get that first layer on as quickly as possible. But no, my my only New Year's resolution is to kind of take this streaming and this streaming end of my YouTube channel a little bit more seriously. So I think I am going to do at least 2 to 4 Saturday hangouts, and that's where it's going to go. There are Reaper ones. 4 for $14. Oh, Reaper is making 40K bases now. They might make they might actually do a better job of it than Games Workshop. Sucks that the president, the founder of Reaper, died recently. It's just a sad day. You know who else died? Kevin Conroy. Kevin Conroy died, and he was the voice of the Batman for like 30 years. The cartoon voice. He did Batman to the animated series in 1992. And you know, I mean, that's a job right there. Voice actor. That's a real no bullshit job right there. I wish I could. I mean, I heard something about like Frank Welker, like Frank Welker or Dan Castaneda and or Peter Cullen. One of those guys, they can make up to $30,000 a minute. If everybody loves Elvira. I don't like her as much as I used to. I mean, to come out at age 70 as like a lesbian and trash the marriage that you were in because you wanted to get one desperate gasp of attention, I think that is bullshit. I mean, at that age, at 69 years old, you're done. You're in the last stage of your life at 69 years old. I mean, I can understand you come out as a lesbian at 70 because human beings live for 180 years maybe, and you're really only middle-aged. But yeah, I just no. You don't trash a marriage and do that to your kids because you want to be who you really are. You die with some austerity. But I still enjoy the thing. She was on Joe Bob's last drive-in show for for a special this year. I think it was she did the Halloween special. She did the Ghoultide get-together, but she did not come as Elvira, and I have a problem with that. The least she could have done was not come as Cassandra Peterson, but come as Elvira, and that really cost her a lot of money. She could have been even richer than she is now, because when she would get casting calls, she would show up as Big Red, without the wig, without not being her alter ego, and she would audition for the part. And they're like, "Well, we were trying to audition Elvira. You're not getting the job. You should have just come in costume, and we would have hired you." And then the best part about her is she did it right. There was $1 million on the table for her to pose in Penthouse and or what do you call it? Suppose in Penthouse and or Playboy. She never took the money, and she never went down that route. She did do her Vegas show, but she always wore pasties, and that's how you make the money, and that's how you keep men interested. It's the element of mystery. I mean, we all know what tits look like, right? And when I saw what's her name, Lucy Lawless naked, getting pounded by the dude from The Mummy, the uncle dude from The Mummy on Spartacus. I never wanted to see Lucy Lawless naked. I wanted the mystery. I mean, to me, there are certain if you're hot, the rule is you must never let anybody touch you outside of like an actual no bullshit marriage, and then you keep your private life separate. You're not allowed to let anybody touch you because then you'll never be hot anymore. And that's kind of what happened to Lucy Lawless. She just did those scenes, and it was just like, no, this is Xena. Xena's not supposed to do that stuff. Apparently not. I was wrong, I guess. But the mystery did keep me going for a lot of lonely sea nights as a teenager. I always knew that Xena, Warrior Princess, and Hercules would be on UPN. That's the channel I had to watch as a kid. UPN. All right, so we've used up all the brown. Let's move to a different thing. I am going to pick up these guys, and I am going to start their metallics. Let's get this brush cleaned off. We got some Windex. Fucking Lanicle. What a piece of shit brush. I'm just going to use you up. You are used up. So let's see here. With that thing being used up, I mean, I'm actually going to retire this brush right now. This thing did a lot of work. These Winsor Professional Watercolor Sables, they're actually pretty good for the money. But this one, it's done. It's done. I'm just going to throw that in there. And there's one brush. Oh, I already threw it away. It's gone. It's done. This one, I can't find any of these on eBay. These Pure Red Sable USAs. This was a good brush too. And I'm looking for, I might have to go back to the hobby store where I got these. These are really good. All right. All right. All right. I am going to try to keep the tip fashioned on this piece of crap though. Oh no, don't you spread out on me. All right. You might be able to train it. You never know. No, this thing ain't going to conform to that. We'll see though. All right. Let's pick up these homeboys right here. As you can see, I've already got the red done on them. The flesh is done. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the white real fast. And that won't be too hard. I'm going to do the white, but I better do the metallics because they can get a little messy. So let's do that. And I always do my bronze with Retributor. I haven't painted up any Greeks on stream for a little while. Let's see here. Oh, and the t-shirts have finally come. I got to do a little video about those. They were expensive as hell. I think the 6 that I bought for the current patrons, I call those people the diehards. Only 6 of them ordered, and I finally got the first of the shirts. I got with a guy who's got this Teespring store. Teespring is expensive. I might actually have to create a new Patreon tier called the T-shirt tier, whereas if you're in that tier, whenever you want your T-shirt or a new T-shirt, you'll get like 75% off because that is not cheap. You know, I don't know how anybody, I mean, I guess you have to sell bulk. You have to be like Houston Jones or something like that. The guy who was crazy, I mean, the guy who was crazy enough to play bowling ball soccer and then one-up himself by playing bowling ball soccer in the middle of winter on a field of Legos. That was his newest video. I left a like on that, but damn, I don't condone that. That is, I'm happy just painting in my basement, but I guess that's why I'm a scrub. You know, you have to sell massive amounts of t-shirts, and I guess that's how Teespring works. Let's get this bronze on these guys. Is the picture coming in okay on these? Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I have to whip these guys around a lot because they're on a sprue. But yeah, I want these 2 done. These 2 are getting done. These guys, I've had my eye fixed on them enough, and I guarantee the person who just texted me is my sparring partner. He's like, yeah, I want to go to the gym. I don't want to go to the gym. I went to the gym last night and did sparring, and I'm just like, I'm wiped out. My back's all stiff. I'm all crampy in the leg. And I was going to call him, and I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'm actually winning at life today. I cleaned the kitchen, cleaned 2 toilets. What the hell? Oh, it's my 3D printed plug. Cleaned 2 toilets, did some laundry, got my winter blanket out, washed it. So, you know, I'm doing adult things. But I do want to kind of turn this into my 3rd job because I don't think unless it snows again, I'm going to have much snow to shovel. So, I'm going to do this. All right, let's get your helmet on. You need your helmet. But no, just a lazy Saturday, if you can call it that. I always like to optimize my time as best I can. The only thing I don't like about these models is both of these guys right here have a mold line that go up right there, and there's nothing you can do to get to it. Oh well, nobody's going to notice it. Nobody's going to notice it, even if he's in front. Nobody's going to notice it. This is always a tough piece of business. Getting this bronze on. And I think I am using a big brush, just not big enough. If anybody has any questions, I am watching the chat, so we can have a rather lively conversation right here. We were going good for about Elvira and Lucy Lawless. I think back then women were hotter back then. Does anybody agree with me there? I think women in the 90s were a lot hotter. They were just better looking. You know, I look at like all the girls that were on Fox in the 90s. So you had Christina Applegate, Tia Carrere, not to mention Mila Jovovich, and there was one more chick that came out of Married with Children. All four of those girls were on Married with Children. Tia Carrere in Wayne's World, everybody wanted her as her girlfriend. She's the only one. Tia Carrere is the only one who aged gracefully, though. She's the only one who aged gracefully. Everybody else, they all got health problems. Christina Applegate's had like 2 battles with breast cancer. That's sad. Yeah, breast cancer kind of sucks. I think my stepmom got breast cancer. They ended up having to cut them off, and then she got implants after that, which is like, wow. All that. I mean, I don't know. I couldn't live. If somebody told me I was going to wake up and like they were going to have to cut something off to save my life, I'm like, I don't want to live anymore. I can't do it. Hell no. I need that to live. I have to switch brushes here. These guys got their little gold. There we go. A lot of detail on these guys. Not a lot, just tedious work. The last parts of these hoplites is just tedious. Now you can make these colors any way you want, but I always do these little laces down here at the bottom of their linen in gold. So that's why I said I better get the gold on first. What's up? How do you say your name? Sakayel? I can't read. One of my aunties went through it as well. Yeah, it is brutal. Yeah, getting something cut off. Sup? What up, J-Max? Armies of Middle Earth. I was looking through some of my more popular videos. My Mordor video got like 3,000 views. I'll never understand the analytics. I'll never understand the way YouTube is supposed to work. I mean, I do know that I was watching Raging Golden Eagle, and the article he was talking about was that everybody's losing their ad revenue now. They're wiping. They're going to start wiping everybody's ad revenue because the problem with tech and the problem with YouTube's business model, the one problem that they have is that it's all ad revenue based, and if you don't have like the so it's like I use ad blocker anyway, but like if you don't have that on there, you have to watch like one 15-minute ad that you can't skip, and then when that's over, you have to watch another ad that you have to watch for a minimum of 8 seconds. I hate seeing the crypto commercials. I'm glad that's done. And God, what's the big one right? Oh, it's Domino's. Domino's won't stop with their commercials. I'm not that. I mean, I like pizza, but I'm not that hard up for pizza. I don't know how there are some people out there that can eat pizza every single day. I mean, it's like that's going to be the worst thing for you. I would rather I would rather do heroin once a month than eat pizza every single day, and then see if I could keep myself from getting addicted. All right. You're next on your end. We've entered the tedious sections here. If I was making a painting video about painting Macedonian command models, I would have skipped this part and shown you the finished result. Luckily, this brush I'm using is brand new, so it's cutting through the work just a little bit better than it normally would. Getting two of these guys done, yeah, that's paramount to my plans on this stream. Logan Swanson. Based will this will be behind the paywall later, or will I be able to watch this? This one will be on YouTube. It's specials that I do and everything. I am going to make some exclusive content for the paywall because I don't have that many patrons. There's 9 in total. All right, paying rough, and I have one tier at $5. Find your love. Okay, I think we're being spammed right now by some kind. What the hell is that? Okay. Someone's in the chat going crazy here. Can you boot them from chat? I don't think. Oh, here we go. Let's see. We'll just remove that. All right. Yep, find your love. Oh my God. We got Russians, Ukrainians, and Nigerians. Oh my God. 69mega.com. That can't be good. Anything with a 69, we're gonna have to remove all of that. What the hell, YouTube? Put user in timeout. There we go. That'll work. Damn. The sex bots, yeah. I just got hit by the sex bots. Never know what's going to happen. Sex robot, sex robot, sex robot, sex robot, sex robot, sex robot. Do you want to get down? Coming to your town. He's made of sex. Come on. This is taking too long. I want to be done. All right. Boom, boom. All right, let's see. Before we got hit with the sex bots, we were about done with his lace. I also have to get the ranger out of retirement. I haven't seen him since our game. I have to get him out of the retirement, and we have to start preparing for Thermopylae. I'd rather do that sooner rather than later. Get that done sooner rather than later. All right. Okay, so the gold I think is done. And then I'll probably find pieces of gold that aren't done. That's the hardest part. All right, that's good. We will delete that, put that back where we got it from. All right, okay, sex bots are done. Let's see. Good time, find your love. Fuck, dude, sex bots already. All right, Mr. Dino started painting Victrix Imperial Romans. They have skipped on the details on the sculpts for some of these real tedious, for some of the real tedious stuff to paint. What do you mean by that? Are there details missing? Is there an Aquella missing? Because I just doing the lace there. I'm so freaking lazy. I don't want to do that. Nobody wants to do that. I wish it was just a white piece of linen hanging there. But I mean, how detailed does a miniature actually have to be in a mass combat system? That's a good question to ask. That might actually be a good topic for a Holy Diver show. How detailed does a miniature need to be? I mean, how many? There's only so many artists out there too. I'll tell you that much. I even came prepared today. I got that's passion fruit. Good. I thought it was watermelon LaCroix, and I'm like, Lisa, did you give me watermelon LaCroix? All right. Moving on. This will be the easy part. This will be like the one part that takes like 3 seconds. They're swords. It'll be like boop boop boop. Done. Generic workload. How's the battery doing? Still on full. I got 3 hours of battery. Hell yeah. All right, that's done. Well, let's not waste it. Come on, buddy. It's probably enough to do his whole sword and shoulder and helmet here. I like these guys. The bigger is a little easier to paint if you know what you're doing. But smaller, you can get more of them done faster. Oh, you're doing the epic scale Civil War? Is that historical doppelganger? Oh, compared to other companies. I don't know. I'm happy with all of my Victrix hoplites. These ones are the ones I'm painting right here are Warlord. I'm actually happy with them too. My 2 units of I've only they're in a Holy Diver show. I don't remember which one. My actual look what I just did there. God damn it. Okay, we can get that up. My actual Victrix phalangites. They are on a Holy Diver show. I did enjoy those models. You do have to sub-assemble and paint them as you go. It's a lot of work for those guys. Hoplites are always a lot of work, and society only pays for that which you do not want to do. So if I were a commissioned painter, I guess I'd be doing a lot of hoplites for people. Preferably rich people whose houses overlook the Pacific Ocean on the island of Hawaii. You got to have real whales. We have any left? Do we have any left? Just enough to do up the last of this shoulder then. All right. So you're the one who's going to get picked on first. All right, next up on these hoplites, or these phalangite dudes, we're going to do the leather. Just going to use leather brown. I use this color so much. I wish they'd go back to this style of pot, though. I just wish GW would frickin' just get on with the droppers, please. Everybody uses a dropper now, GW. This is why nobody bought your fucking airbrush line. Because everybody will go and they're like, oh, look, Vallejo, game color, air, metal, drop. flow improver, drop of water. I'm going to stir that up with my stick. Then I'm going to spray it on there. A little bit goes a long way. Oh, look at that. I have to get like a paintbrush. I have to put it in my gun, and then I have to like get the flow improver. I've made a huge old mess. That's why they discontinued their air brand. When they first did the funny part about that is when they first did the what do you call it? Their first air gun had an aerosol can on it, so they were going to do an airbrush. Their first airbrush had an aerosol can, and the stuff was extremely flammable, apparently, and so they discontinued it because it was basically a really good flamethrower, a dangerous flamethrower. That's what I was told. They had to discontinue it because it would have made a decent flamethrower. All you got to do is hold a lighter up, and then you're burning the cops at their doors on your doorstep or something kind of flamethrower. I'm all for that. Cool thing is we don't have any laws about owning flamethrowers, so you actually have companies that are making flamethrowers. I can live with that. All right, let's work through this leather. My water's clean today, so I can dip my brushes in it. Come on, give me some paint. Give me some paint. There we go. Cool thing about the inks is the leather, the brown ink, any leather or other brown color sticks to it like a fly to shit. That is cool. I'll take that all day. Less work for me. And I like that. We all know how lazy Holy Diver is. I've played 40 of those men-at-arms, and I really began to hate the slight metal lull. The bigger models do take longer to paint. Yes, they do. Have you painted some of the the men-at-arms miniatures? I think you do need at least 40 of these guys. I think I want to run a super unit of men-at-arms with my priestess behind them, my chapter mage right behind them. Basically, I want a unit that's so big that I can just plug up everybody's a-hole in the game and then ride my cavalry up around their flanks and hit them from the sides. But get everybody bogged down on the men-at-arms. Because I haven't won a game of that yet, and it's just, I don't know, it's bullshit. Everybody's monsters. And then you have to take but what really kills you is failing your resolve tests in Conquest. That does suck. Not to mention, there is going to be a lot of Macedonians out there that I'm going to be painting this year. I think I might have to figure out a way to do at least 2 Macedonians a week, and because DM James, God bless him, he sent me a crap ton of Macedonians that he didn't want anymore, and I've got to get those painted because I can actually put them to good use as a different army other than my Alexandrian force. All right, good enough. Now we can focus on the white. Oh, no, never done. I'm never done. I got to do their sandals. They're wearing their sandals. That doesn't take long, though. Getting the sandals done. Getting the work in on the sandals. I forgot what I was thinking. I forgot one thing. One vital thing that I had to do. To order my groceries. There we go. Now it's done. I need a little bit of Mephistion to clean up the red, but we do need our white. Yeah, DM James is a good guy. I highly recommend his channel. He's the stream master. I can barely even figure out how any of this technology works. There's a lot. Look at this. I got this cuticle that I built up on this. What do you call it? On this paint pot opener right here, where I keep the paint open. It's just this huge knob. It's all red, green, and metal, orange, all kinds of colors. I'm trying to see how big I can get that. Just one drop of paint at a time on the knob there. So I might mix it with contrast white and see what that does, but given the nature of these guys, I don't think it'll be too hard. Just do some cleanup. That's all I'm doing is cleanup on this with the white. And of course I already messed it up. But not noticeably. Careful. Careful. There we go. Now let's work through the rest of this. Easy does it now. Slow and steady wins the race. Almost done. Final phase. The front of the armor. That's the only problem with hoplites, is that a lot of these guys are wearing the lino cuirass, whereas I wish they just wore the thorax armor. Hoplites would be so much easier if they were all in thorax armor. I wish Reaper Miniatures would create a bunch of those guys just wearing that bronze buff plate armor that they had. Alright, so that's one down. Guess we'll start with his front. And the idea of this is just to use enough white to clean up towards the lines of where like the leather is or any other color is, because once we wash it, it's going to register pretty good. And I'm going to be washing it with strong tone. But I have had it with these 6 miniatures, I'll tell you that much. They've been on the desk far too long, reminding me that I got to make my way back into the historical realm of miniature painting here. Cool. Good news is I painted so many hoplites that it's just ingrained in me now. The process of doing it, remembering, and if I forget how, I can always watch my own video. Then I'm right back to where I started. That's why I made these those how to paint videos and those how to model videos for the hoplites, because I didn't want to remember. It was like writing the formula down. I wrote it down so I didn't have to remember. All right. Chirp, chirp. I forgot I've been getting text messages. I better check and see who those people are in a minute here. But come on, we're 85% of the way there. Suck it up. How am I going to hit that? Like that. Boom. Oh, finally, according to my email there, I got my rocket cannon for my Megatrack scrapjet. Oh yeah. Rocket cannon go. All right. I know this is the boring part. This is the one part I never show people. This is the boring part right there. Done. All right. All right, we got our hoplites. They're looking good now. We might have to clean up the red just a little bit. We're going to give this guy his teeth. This guy actually has some teeth that I can see. So we're just going to get a little bit of white on those teeth right now. Same with him. This is the same model. It's another pro tip. Put two of the same exact models together, then paint them. All right. I think that's enough white. Does anybody have any idea what color I'm supposed to use next? Because I got a case of the Obi-Wan Kenobis right now. I kind of just sort of woke up on the Death Star and there was Lord Vader about to strike me down. Oh, wait a minute. Where is it? Where is it? Sandals are done. Gold. I was reaching for gold. A little bit of gold. I needed a little bit more gold work. That solid, make that solid. Check the, oh, I missed a helmet piece right there. See that? Even that I fuck up. Like, come on. Come on. Okay. You always go back over your details. This is the hardest part of painting the Macedonians, is, or any Greek hoplite for that matter, is going back over the lines and just making sure that they're clean and you didn't miss anything, because when you wash, the wash will kind of hide what you missed. That's the most important part, is clean lines before the wash. It's probably the most time-consuming part. All right, cool. goes out here. All right. Yeah, going back to the subject of, like, I don't understand social media at all and everything. So I posted the picture. I'm actually going to put it up under here real. So I posted this picture of this army and everything, and I actually found a way to make this Lamian army work. And you trade out the zombies, and you turn both these units into Graveguard. And so your core units, because you only needed 3 core in 6th edition, basically is it's the wolves, the skeletons, and the bat swarm. So you got 4 core. You just pick the choices. And I posted this picture on Instagram. It got 70 likes. And you know, I do like the way that these codexes are laid out in the old Games Workshop thing. But so that would be a unit of 23 Graveguard with the Burrows banner, so that they're +1 to hit. You got your other Lamian Thrall Vampire over here in the skeletons, and you're going to put that like slightly behind the Graveguard or in the middle of the Graveguard, so that everybody is -1 to hit those Graveguard. That would actually be an ingenious strategy. You put your Knights out on the wing, and you slowly move them up. You put you get your Wolves out front. You get that initial 18-inch march out so that you can charge. And then you use your swarms to kind of buffer things away that you don't want out there. But they really did put these old codexes together very well. But this got 70 likes. This crop photo right here that I did got 70 likes. And I'll never understand that in a million years. Just like I don't understand YouTube and the algorithm. You know, and if I ever figure it out, I will be a millionaire. I'll be like the next Houston. Oh, if I want to be like Houston Jones, I know what I have to do. I have to play Lego. I have to play Lego bowling ball soccer. Ouch. All right. Last little bit here is we're just going to clean up our red, and we're not using Mephiston. It should be Scarlet. It should be Scarlet. Don't want to open that up all the way, but I hope I get enough of it to use. We are going to get some water on my brush initially because this stuff always comes out thick. Let that drip down there. We'll let that sit. This might be more than enough. And then we have to clean up our flesh. There we go. This is the boring part. The cleanup before the wash. The concentration part, the part where I can't afford to slip up. Ah. All right, come on, Mr. Macedonian, you're almost there. Easy does it now. Easy does it. All right. Oh yeah, some of that stuff from the 90s is worth a lot of money. You can get like $40 for a book now. You know, like a book that I think back then a codex would cost you $20. I think when I initially bought this was I think this book, and that cover is amazing, by the way. I mean, they really knew how to market better, whereas like everything is photoshopped, everything is fake and gay. This cover, amazing artwork. I wish I knew who the artist was. If anybody knows who the artist is for this cover right here, let me know in the comments, because that is an amazing cover. You can't really see it, so I'll just have to hold it this way. Because it's all glary and glossy. But if anybody knows who the cover artist is for this, I mean, just let me know, because I'd like to buy some of this stuff and put it up. But just the care that went into it, the marketing. One of the things that I would like to have commissioned built from this book, that would be an awesome table, are these manor houses. I wish I could have somebody build this one, and that might be the back of this one, but this one especially, this one, and I would actually want 4. 2 of this one, 2 of that one, and then maybe a graveyard or something. I would definitely pay for that, because that would be a really cool table, a haunted table. That would be really cool there. Let's see. We're about done. Let's see. Let's get out the red. I can open that up now before it drops in there. Get some red out. Won't need more than that. God, I have got to get some water in there, because I can't keep this shit thin enough. It is thick. I might actually have to drop some paint thinner in there, because it is some thickish. It is thick as all hell. Turning to the task at hand here. I do have a lot of red, so I am going to optimize that red. Bam. Let's get these capes done. And just see how that's been ink washed? Watch this. One layer. One layer. That's it. And your highlight's already taken care of. You know, from the ink wash. And that was just game color red over white. Let's get this guy's cape done. So the red will bleed over. Anyway, I still got a pretty big boner for the return of the old world. It might actually breathe some new life into my channel. I want to shout out, what's his name? Medieval Wargamer got up to 3,000 subs. That's pretty good, doing the videos that he does and everything, and doing his whole medieval warrior thing. So congratulations there. So did LeonT. He got up there. I guess I should just start working harder. That's what I should do, is start working harder. I'm not working hard enough. How am I going to hit that? How am I going to hit that? All right, we are done with the red on these guys. Last step. A little bit of dwarf flesh. I think I used dwarf flesh initially to get their flesh done. One thing I hate are the musicians. They've got the double thing right there. It's less work though. They do have the capes. But let's see. It's going to require some flesh. Right there, down along the arm. You want to just make sure it's just kind of cleanly on there. The wash will do the rest. I wash everything. It's just easier. But I don't wash it. I wash it all with just strong tone because it's on these historics. It gives them some dirt, and I like that. Let's pop up the chat again. All right. 6th edition fantasy was the best. Currently working on a 2K Dark Elves in 10mm scale. Yeah, a lot of people are they like that 10mm scale. You know, just play War Master. I heard that is a good system. If you can get the book War Master, I play that. And then yeah, there's a channel called that does just type in 6th edition battle reports. It's an Australian channel. They do a pretty good job. I don't know why people like 6th edition over 7th edition. I think that 6th edition personally is a little bit rough. It's a little bit rough. It hurts. When you have to take when you have a bunch of units engaged in close combat and there's a panic, and then within that bubble, that 6-inch bubble, you have to take a panic check for everybody, even though they're fighting. So that does suck a little bit. I think that made the game a little bit brutal. But I'll stick with 8th. If I do have everything that I need to play 7th edition, I don't mind a good game of 7th edition. It would go pretty quick. But, you know, again, like where I live, getting my buddy to play that would be really hard. That would require some favors right there. A series of events would have to happen. My friend, he also has a boner for Old World too. He just wants his Wood Elf army. I'd like to see Wood Elves emerge because let's go against the norm. If you're going to do a new edition this year, let's go against the norm and do Wood Elves instead of High and Dark Elves, because Dark and High Elves, they can come out in their own set, you know. And I think if you just put the new, you know, I think if GW were just to put the new miniatures inside of these starter boxes, because they have a lot of miniatures that they can just bring back. The only ones who are going to get a real rework are the Bretonnians and the Tomb Kings. I can see that because they were discontinued. I don't know how they'll change up the Bretonnians, but the Tomb Kings and the Bretonnians will be probably brand new lines. I know what it's like to be a broke teenager. I mowed lawns and bagged groceries when I got into this stuff initially. My car insurance back then in the 90s was $155 a month. And they're like, oh, females have been proven to be safer drivers. That is some bullshit. You know what? They're safer when they're teenagers, and then boom, the moment they turn 24, they're worse than Asian drivers. And I know, and my friend, my sparring partner Bo, he is from straight from China. And one time I was driving with him, he backed up into an embankment, bent his bumper on some snow, and he's like, oh, it's not that bad, and he just kept driving. He just said it's not that bad and just kept going. On the darker fitting setting, so much glitter, and darker and fitting on the setting of the compared to now. Cartoonish. Yes, it was dark. Fantasy in the olden days was a lot more grim dark. It was darker, and they are making everything cartoonish. They want to make it for general audiences. They want to make Warhammer for general audiences, and I just don't think that the market is there. The grim for the grim dark itself, I don't think it's there at all. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do, but I don't think we'll see anything from Henry Cavill and Amazon until 2025. So there's really no reason to flip out over it. So. Fifth edition 40K was really good. I like fifth edition. Fifth edition. The only thing I hated about 5th edition was Fearless Wounds because it really screwed over Orks. It's like, oh, yeah, I have to take a leadership test. And I failed it by 8, so 8 Orks die. I think 5th edition would be good. I mean, that's basically what bolt action is today. But it's just not... What they've tried to do with 8th edition is good, going into 9th. I think they're going to dumb it down. They're going to dumb down the rules a little bit more because they want everything to be plug and play. And if everything was going to be plug and play, they would just do press to fit models. You know, I mean that's where they're going to go. They should just have a generic Kmart brand miniature that's plug and play where the normies can go. I mean, they can go to Walmart and play Warhammer or something. I don't know. I don't know where it's going to go. Yeah, I know about the new 8th edition stuff on the website. And the actual 9th edition that they tried to do, where they actually have the classes of infantry. You can pay for your guys to have heavy armor. I do like that. I do like that aspect. So let's see. I think these guys are pretty much done. Now there's a formula that I use for this. I will need 6 drops of wash and 2 drops of water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We might use 3 drops of water to darken these guys down. That might actually work. Let's get this mixed up here. See what that looks like. We'll go 1 more drop. We shall go 1 more drop. All right. Hold up here. Oh, they're all from my buddy. Okay, cool. All right, let's get to business again. Well, that didn't work. Guess we'll just have to keep using the Lanicle until I break it. That's what we're going to have to do. Oh, that is terrible. What a terrible brush. What a piece of shit brush this is. I can't believe that. It's unusable. The only thing it's good for is spreading mud. Look at this. Look at this. What a piece of shit. What causes that? That should never happen. It's artificial, that's why. What a piece of crap. What a piece of garbage. You can't even wash with it. Like, who would put that on the market as passable? And the worst part about, like, one New Year's resolution I have is I'm not going to game stores anymore. I'm just going to buy the product. It is not, the people have just basically killed the industry itself. I have gone on glue runs when I've needed glue, but I've bought 2 little containers of glue. I'm going to be good on glue for a little while because I don't have a lot of things to build. And I'm just done. Like, I went to Best Buy. I was out $70. And then this is the best part. I go to Best Buy and they said, they don't make USB couplers because USB loses its signal after 20 feet. And I just wanted to reach over and beat the shit out of that guy because that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard. I was out 40 minutes and $70 for the things that I buy. And that's another reason why I want to kind of like build up the channel just a little bit and do with patrons and stuff like that, because I need to triple the equipment I have for the plan that I want to set into motion and everything. So that is there. I do need another computer. I can't keep using my primary computer for it. I mean, it works, but I would just like to have a computer that only just does this. That way I can have my office set up and my reading sanctuary. But I do need to. I need like the wiring and the stuff that I do. I mean, I bought a light bulb for our battle report for Marathon. That was like a $70 light bulb. That was a $70 light bulb. So I think we got it good. Let's just clean it up a little bit here. Keep it from pulling. It's the critical moment. You just got to make sure that you got it well distributed and it's not pooling up in too many places. You got to watch the sword area. All right, I think that looks pretty good. I can go in the done pile. Look, I completed something. All in a matter of hour and 16 minutes here. So I guess we're gonna leave the stream open for another 15 minutes and then we'll call it good. And I think that'll be a good day. We'll call that a good day. What we are going to do is we're going to start this old homeboy right here. And we'll do that by finishing his metal. But let's see something here. Is it done? Hey, it's on the cusp of dry. It is on the cusp of dry. I think I can actually dry brush that right now. I don't think I can put the static grass on, but I can dry brush that back now. All right, well, we will fill this up because we shook it. And that's just generic workload. And these videos are going to be an hour and a half, but we'll come back Saturday to Saturday doing these things. So if anybody has any questions, get them in. I'll watch chat for a second here. The only thing I know about Kings of War is that they came out with the 4th edition. And the reason why like Kings of War died in my area is because everybody's a self-absorbed prick. They were pissed off that I was the Mantic rep for the area. And when they all, like, you got to understand, like, the average gamer, they think everything is like a community. They think that that a community that they need to be ahead of in my area. And these people, most people in the game stores, they're like a hive mind. They literally are like a hive mind. They put like one nerd in charge of everything, and he's got to run the whole show. Otherwise, it doesn't count. And so when I initially became a Mantic rep, there were 4 other gamers in the area that tried to get that tried to become Pathfinders, and they said, no, we already have a Pathfinder assigned to that area. Sorry, it was just not opening. And, you know, so I had the inroads for prize support on the tournaments. I guess that was power that they wanted. Oh, wow. I had a t-shirt that I wore. I did 3, and then you have to understand that, like, there were other stores. They didn't, you know, in the area, they didn't even want you to come. They didn't even want you to come. Oh, I can't sacrifice any tables at peak hours. And I'm like, bullshit. I mean, these are the Magic card shops that have like 2 tables in back and nobody plays there, you know, and that's basically where I live. And then, you know, it's like my friends, they're 100% committed to the games that they play. And, you know, it's really hard to talk them down off the ledge of anything else. They'll come around eventually. Every now and then you get lucky. But in terms of like Kings of War, oh yeah, they killed it themselves. Because then somebody else became the Mantic rep when I didn't want it anymore. And then they went real hard for 1 month. And then everybody stopped playing. They just went back to 40K. There you go. Everything goes back to 40K. There you go. That's the hilarious part right there. Let's take a look real quick here. Vomit Brown. Vomit Brown. What a piece of shit brush. What a piece of shit. Mess it up here. What a piece of shit. Yeah. Fuck this fucking thing. I can't even break it. No, it's broken. I'm not even gonna use it. Fucking garbage. What a fucking piece of garbage. Got a broken fucking brush like this one. Does a better job. Fucking piece of shit. Not quite ready, but it will pass. It will pass. God, this piece of shit used up brush here works out better. I can't believe that. Fucking Lanicle. $20 brush and it doesn't even work. Got no time, no patience for crap. God. Piece of shit brush. That'll probably be the rest of my day. I might have to go and get a I might have to go and see if I can find some Reaper brushes because I am out. Or I'll just order them. I'll order them because dealing with people is just, it's beneath me. It's beneath me. Fucking can't use that fucking brush for anything. Yeah, there we go. Still needs a couple minutes. I'll have to run this model upstairs and take a minute off, but I'll take it. I will take it. Looking pretty good. Looking good, Bob. Thank you, Burger Boss. There we go. Little wasteland does wonders. Put that back over there like that. Let's get our metal out. Again, we're holding for 8 more minutes. If anybody... Oh, what's up, DM James? How you doing, huh? I'm actually painting Macedonians. I just finished 2 of them right now, so it is coming. That is coming. I was actually talking about the stuff that you gave me and gave you a shout out there, so I'm very appreciative. I've got to get a system in work where I'm going to do about 1 to 2 Macedonians a week. If I'm lucky, I can get 1 sprue a week done because of the terrains that I got to build and everything. So that's what I was actually going to text message you today about getting on the show. But I got to figure out how to do that because I don't know how Skype works. Oh God, I'm such an old fuddy-duddy. Let's finish the metal on this guy. Oh, let's see here. Shins. He needs his shins and his belt buckle. Belt buckle. Done. The end of the belt. Done. This guy's got some shins. Dang it. Like I said, this is always the boring part because I will just kind of hyper concentrate on what I'm doing because I've got the ADDs. Got the ADDs. Got it real close to the face there. Boom, done. Aha. Scot-free. This is from Conquest, one of these men-at-arms. Battery's holding. Everything's good. All right. All right. I feel like I look like that Golem meme. And it pulls away on what he's doing, and he's just painting a figure. I'm like, what is OSR? I'm kind of a noob there. I don't want to sound dumb, but what is that? I know you play Adventure Conqueror King, and and I heard about like 1D&D. That's actually kind of hilarious about how they're trying to monetize DVD, Dungeons and Dragons like a video game. There's going to be like loot crates that you can buy and everything. Don't even get me started about that. Wizards of the Coast. Also, what I don't get is the woman they got was like a failed CEO of Microshaft. Why would they just bring on some random Microshaft person to run Wizards of the Coast? Because, I mean, the problem is that you need to have people running the game companies that actually play the game. You know, like the guy who ran Nintendo America, sure, he turned it around and got Nintendo America to be profitable, but at the end of the day, oh, old school games, okay. Old school, OSR is old school games, all right. But he turned it around, but now he's like the CEO of GameStop, and nobody's going to shop at GameStop for much longer. I hate to have to tell you this. Everything that you would want to buy is online now, unless you own a Nintendo Switch. And I did see some gameplay for Breath of the Wild, and I was intrigued. I actually want to go down that journey and play Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. I don't know if that's a good game, but it looked pretty good. My nephew got it for Christmas, and we got to the first boss together. It's a giant rock monster out in the middle of the forest. But yeah, look forward to hearing from me, DM James. I was gonna call you. I gotta breathe some life into my channel. The PSP battery has more life than I do. God, this is tedious. Let's get in there. All right, well, I think we got all of his metal on, just about. What a way to wrap up the stream. That's done. Cool. Still got time to spare. Breath of the Wild is a great game. Well, you know, Nintendo is like the only company right now that's even remotely doing okay in terms of like sales. They're like the one company that has games because the AAA game making industry has just gone to shit. I can't think like everybody's just playing Call of Duty. Like the younger guys at my boxing gym, they're all like, "Well, what are you going to be? You going to be on Call of Duty tonight? Now that we're all done, now that we've all worked out for 3 hours, they're going to be up until 4." That's. I wish I was young again. You work out for 3 hours, and then you're going to be on Call of Duty until like 2 a.m. That's what it must like. That would be awesome. Being young again, having the energy for that. I worked out for 3 hours on Wednesday. And the only thing I could do the next day was jog. That was it. I went on a jog and I was just like, oh, so stiff, so old. What am I gonna do? This isn't fair. And if I could live off of the blood of the innocent, I would. I would, because hey, I'm me, and I don't know if you've ever met me, but I'm a very important person. Their Joy-Cons are trash. Is that a Nintendo thing, Joy-Con? Where is it? Now, next color we're gonna do on this guy. I'm gonna leave it open for a couple more minutes before I get on out of here. So we're gonna do Xandri Dust for his cloth armor, and this stuff just really sticks to the ink, but it makes the cloth armor look really good. You can see how that just comes up one full shade. This brush is done for. I have to use this guy. That brush is done. I can't use it anymore. I want to use it, but I can't. I might actually have to resort to using my Windsor on the my Windsors that I never, my $80 paintbrushes that I never use until the new ones show up. This is the easy part right here. The ass drag. The ass drag. Inks are the shit though. Painting with inks, oh my god, that's just amazing. It just goes so quick. I might actually finish them before the stream ends. The battery held up this time. I didn't have any technical difficulties. Oh yeah. But I think that's going to be the new formula. I'm going to write a show, do a stream, and then every now and then I'm going to make a Patreon exclusive, and then that'll be about it. Let's see. Cool. I will finish this actually. Hell yeah. Let's just do the leather real quick. See what journey that takes me on, because his face is already done. We just got his central shoulder strap right there. And you just watch that. It's just one line. Zip. Zip. Yeah, what the hell? Let's finish this guy real quick. What's a little bit of like minor dry brushing? TCB, baby. TCB. Let's see here. I would just. Well, I'm glad I could help you through life. I try to entertain people. I try to make people laugh, and like I don't know, gamers don't want to laugh anymore. They don't want they want to trade meme stocks, be fake and gay, and watch the Ornpay hubs. That's about all I can say. I mean, this new group of gamers in there, the young bucks. I'm going to try to show them the way, and if you really want to know the way, you got to listen to DM James, and catch his streams. Okay. So are Joy-Cons controllers or are they conventions? Oh, I'm so out of touch. I am so out of touch. There we go. Get that nice and on there. Work that. Work that. Work that in there. Work that, work that, paint the gloves leather. Oh, okay, got it. The Nintendo Switch, so that's what they call the controller. Okay, I'm sorry for being dumb there. What the hell's a Joy-Con? Oh my God. It's a Nintendo Switch controller. Yeah, I do notice that I had one problem, is that when I'm playing Super Mario Brothers 3 on the Switch, I can't pick up the turtle shell and run with it. I noticed that I can't pick up the turtle shell and run with it like I could a SNES or NES controller. Picking up that turtle shell in Super Mario Brothers 3 is key. All right, good deal. Let's just do this guy's red now. And I'm just using corn red on this. Good thing about corn red is a little bit goes a long way. I don't know how they control it. They have like one side, and they have their buttons down here on each side. and they're playing Mario with two different controllers, and I'm like, I can't play it that way. I have to have the little guy, the one little Joy-Con in my hand. I, I don't get that. I don't understand it. I'm against it. I'm against it. I wish I could just plug in a GameCube controller and use that with its lonely C-pad that nobody. I like the GameCube controller. It really went into your hand. Whereas like the first Xbox controller, if anyone's old enough to have remembered that, that thing would give you arthritis. It would give you arthritis. It was so big. That thing was like bigger than the GameCube. I mean, you know, but modern gaming is dead. Just look at like G4, and you had that big, evil, mean, lesbian-looking woman saying, "Women aren't here for your amusement. We're not here to be sexualized in the game." Like, how did becoming a game, what do you call it? A game journalist become a thing? All right, being like Anita Sarkeesian, the fact that she made any money. The fact that she made any money doing what she did is just mind-boggling. And she's got to be like one of the dumbest people I've ever seen in my entire life, you know? Oh, here, you know, but like Vice or some company will just create a position for you because vagina, and, you know, you talk a big game about bins, or she's literally somebody who just went to the dollar store one day, the Goodwill, found all these old video games, bought every single one they had, then went down to IKEA, bought some shelves, and started doing YouTube videos. You know, started doing YouTube videos, and it's just like, about video games, and somehow that will warrant a job from like somebody like Vice or Vox, who can afford to pay an egregious like six-figure salary for you to just become a meme, basically. Let's grab some of the good stuff down there. God damn. All the way underneath. All right, just about done. And then we're going to call it. Leather, metal. Still got metal out. All right, boom. Take that, that, that. Get behind, finish these armor plates. Cool thing is we got the washout. Shine that up. Very productive. Very productive. We'll leave the red out. Just need a little leather touch up. Little leather touch up. Little gold, and we're done. And it can get the rest of that wash, and we didn't waste any paint. All right, final two colors. And I'm glad I could help you through some hard times. I'm glad my videos can get you through a hard day. Boom. Done. Hell yeah. Was that a productive stream? Anybody want to disagree with me on that? No? All right. Well, this is about where I'm going to go off. I'll leave it open for one more minute. One more full minute. Hour and 41. And we are on the last bracket of our battery. So this is about the end of our time together. Of just me doing nothing. Me hyper concentrating on some miniatures here. Wonder if I could do that in a minute. Have a good one, Wayward. Thanks for shopping. Thanks for coming in, DM James. Thank you for everybody who watched and spent the afternoon with me. And as you know, YouTube has many features you can use to interact with me. You can like the video, dislike the video, comment, or subscribe button until I see you again. Keep painting. Don't forget to keep a generic workload on your table and stay metal, my friends.